Oh, it's contact. There's contact. And there's contact between Cheryl Paul and Campbell Pilling.
Welcome back to the Drummy Grid. We're just waiting. We've got a couple of minutes before our DRS100s go out to do their qualifying session. We're at the Clay Pigeon Kart Circuit here in Dorchester for round 3 of the Daniel Ricciardo Series 2023 Championship. We had practicing all day yesterday where the drivers had the opportunity to learn the track if they'd not been here before, and even if they had been here before, a chance to relive the lines, also do 1 or 2 minor adjustments to their karts to try and get their best possible time. Yesterday was just to get an indication for the drivers where they needed to be, and of course today it matters because they're about to go out to qualify, and the person that qualifies top obviously takes the pole position for the first heat this afternoon. In fact, the first heat this afternoon is just before midday, so we look forward to that. That's the DRS62s. We're back to the grid at the moment. You can see the drivers lining up, ready to go out. They're literally around about a minute to go before they qualify. In fact, I'm sure I heard the whistle blow then, so they'll be starting their motors in just a few moments and getting ready to go out. 1 or 2 drivers I can see sensibly having umbrellas over them to shade them from the heat, because if you haven't already realised, it thinks it's going to be an absolutely piping hot day today. The weather forecasters say that today could be the hottest day of the entire week. And we may even see temperatures around 28 degrees, which it's a lot nicer racing karts in the warm weather. However, it might be a little bit too hot today, so most of the drivers will be needing to look after their tyres because they'll obviously wear out a lot quicker with these intense heats. So here we go, final qualifying for this Sunday for our DRS100s. Quite a big grid today. We've got a total of 27 drivers. That's one of our rather large grids. DRS100 for our 12 to 16 year olds. Early doors at the moment. We're just waiting for them to come over the start and finish line to get some sort of indication. Found up to now that most of the drivers have probably managed their best lap on lap 3, lap 4. That would suggest that by lap 3 or lap 4 the tyres have come on, and probably then they're starting to go off a little bit because no one seems to, after lap 4, no one seems to have improved their times. So that makes a lot of common sense. You've got to get your tyres in the temperature to get the best out of them, but also you can overwork them. Andy, let's say welcome to Andy Cox, the organiser, the owner and everything of the Daniel Ricciardo Series. How's it going so far, Andy?
Morning, Dave. Yeah, really good. So critical point here now for these DRS100s. As you can see, in practice they were split into odds and evens, but now it's just, I think it's 27 drivers. And like you say, fantastic track here at Clay Pigeon, but a short lap and a fast lap. So traffic is going to be a nightmare. You thought it was a nightmare getting past Glastonbury to come here, but it's going to be a nightmare for these kids now because, as you said quite rightly, you've got 3 or 4 laps of a window to get your time in, and you know, you don't want to pull another driver along, but at the same time you can't afford to get boxed in.
Well, at the moment, looking at the timings, Conor Scarisbrick is leading at the moment with a 35.074, followed by Jack Robinson with a 35.273. Benjamin Baker, nice to see him doing well. He wasn't with the series for that long, does he?
Yeah, so he's moved up from DRS62. So yeah, that's a good performance so far. Yeah, we've got all the drivers when they came in to the grid. We use a scanning machine. There's a barcode on the tyre, and basically they have to register this set of slicks, and that's the set of tyres now they have to use for the whole event, and at different points the scrutineer will check that they're using the same tyre, because I'm sure nobody would, hopefully, with our fair play ethos, but if someone tried to save tyres and use a different tyre in a heat, then of course we would know.
I would say that from past experience, that hasn't happened so far in the series, even last year or the year before.
No, we're all here for a reason. We want fair, equal racing. So
that is the one great thing about the Daniel Ricciardo Series. Everybody's on the same kart. Obviously, there's different karts for the 62s and the 100s and the 125s. Basically, it's an engine difference, but no one can... It's not checkbook racing, is it? It's going to cost you money to come and race. However, you can't buy 5 engines, 5 cars, and endless amounts of tyres.
No, and, you know, obviously because we service and rebuild all the engines, you've got that continuity. So they're all built the same tolerances, the same spec, and as you can see from the screen, the times are incredibly close. I mean, what we're looking like now, Dave, what we got on...
Well, we got Jack Robinson leading at the moment on 35, almost 35 dead, 35.015. Connor Scarisbrick is on 35.074. Shirley-Ann Powell, 35.187. And Daniela Sutton, 35.22. So, pretty close. And that's the top 4 so far.
Less than a tenth of a second.
Exactly. If anybody watching today actually wants to get involved in the Daniel Ricciardo Series, how do they go about it?
So you can go to the website, danielricciardoseries.com, and fill in the contact form. And if you also look at the page about the Daniel Ricciardo Young Driver Academy, you can, if you've got some experience, i.e. you've done maybe Arrive and Drive at Club 100 or Daytona or Butmore Park, it's important that you drive an Arrive and Drive car outside, not indoor, because it's a big step even from indoor to outdoor. So if you've got some experience at one of those venues, put that on the contact form, get in touch with the DRS office, and you can actually you can book into the academy.
When do we run the academy?
So every round on a Saturday morning, we run the academy. You can come and try out a kart, see if it's for you. Obviously meet all the guys here and all the families, and you might have I'm sure you'll have a good experience, and then you can see what's involved and maybe look at buying your own kart and joining the series, which you can do at any point.
I mean, looking at the series, this is round 3. We've got 7 rounds this year. Is it too late for anyone to join?
No, you can join any time. There are some used karts on the market. Don't just buy anything. Make sure that you call the office, because we have a database of all the karts that are racing in the series. All the engines are catalogued, so we know when they were last serviced, the chassis number. It's one engine with the kart, so they're married together, a bit like your road car. And also the racing number on each kart is the number that's given to it when it's first registered. The only way that you can change the number is if you win the DRS plate, which is a one-off race, which we have every year, or 1 to 9, which means you're a seeded driver, which signifies the position that you were in the championship the previous year.
And I would imagine all the drivers are anxious to get one of those plates.
Well, yeah. Did you ever have one, Dave?
No, I didn't. I did finish second a couple of times at Rissington in the Midland Championships, which you quite often point out to me. You won at least twice. 4 times. Well, I mean, sorry, I missed a couple out. The great thing about this series is the running costs, because when you and I kart race, the engines only lasted for half an hour, and if you didn't rebuild them after half an hour, they went off performance and always stood a chance of blowing up. The great thing about this series, how much life can you actually get out of an engine?
So we run a schedule of 8 to 10 hours before a top-end service, and then anywhere between 16 and 20 hours for a bottom, full rebuild. and the cadets are 25 and 55. So it's a lot, a lot longer. But this looks like the end of the session. So what's the scores on the ball?
The scores on the doors are as follows. Jack Robinson is leading, number 169 with the 34.977. 10 seconds to go. Connor Scarisbrick is second on 35.074. Shirley Ann Powell, 35.187. And Daniela Sutton is in fourth place. Charlie Ratford is fifth. And I'm just looking, Jakub Malarski is in sixth place, one of our novices. So yet another novice that's competed well in qualifying this morning. And we'll keep our fingers crossed for him that when it comes to actual race time, that he can maintain those levels of racing. I mean, he's obviously had just one quick last question. I don't know if you know his background. Was he in indoor karting before?
Yeah, all the kids have done indoor, all of them. That's where you first, get the experience and you get the bug. So
I must be strange then, because my first experience was at Chasewater. I bought a cart and went out, and that was it.
In the black and white days.
Yes, you keep talking about the black and white days, but I'll let you off. Yes, apparently we do have colour television these days. It's quite a new experience, really.
But look at that. I mean, look at the top 10. The top 10 is covered by... Well, no, if you actually look, the top 12 is covered by 5/10. I mean, that is so close. And these kids are really driving fantastically well, even down to 20th place. That's only 0.8 difference. Fantastic.
I mean, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, you can't even snap your fingers in 0.5 of a second, so that's how close it is. It might seem an eternity, but it actually isn't, and it just goes to show just how close our drivers are. That's the end of our qualifying for this Sunday morning. We'll soon be starting our heats. Heat number 1 will be the DRS62s. We're expecting them out at 11:55. So we're about 10 minutes away from that, and we'll come back to you then. So welcome back to Clay Pigeon Kart Raceway for the DRS Round 3 of the 2023 Championship. The grid are all lined up. We've featuring number 143, which is Daniela Sutton, waving as well. Best of luck, Danielle. And, in fact, Daniela. Must remember that. She's shaking her head. Learn my name, she says. They're all ready. We're ready to go out virtually for the last of our heats this morning before we have lunch break. So this is the third heat for DRS100. And rather a large grid, 27 drivers in all. One of our biggest grids today. This is effectively our junior grade, which is for 8 to 12-year-olds. And then once they reach their 12th birthday, they have no choice, but they have to go up to 125. But by the time they get to that age, they're already putting weight on and need the extra power from a 125 engine. These are 100cc IAME engines with a Daniel Ricciardo kart, and everybody's on exactly the same slick tyres. And they're allowed one set of tyres for the whole of today. The tyres are checked to make sure. They have to scan them and declare the tyres that they're using for today. And they are checked in part firmware when they go in to make sure everybody's using those tyres. So this is the rolling lap, ready to make the formation lap. Be interested to see if our 100s are as well organised as our 125s and can get it right on the first rolling lap, which should be this lap. We've been such a big field, it's going to be a little bit more demanding for the front guys to actually slow it down enough for everyone to bunch up. So probably still needs to be... They are starting to slow down, So we'll keep our fingers crossed that we get it started straight away. Very well organised. The back runners are catching up, so it's looking good at the moment. As long as our front two runners, Jack Robinson and Connor Scarisbrick, don't get too excited and get their foot on the gas way before they start, then we should be live from the word go. We can only keep our fingers crossed. Andy's down there just in case they need to be told to slow down a little bit, but they look very well organised at the moment. This is the kind of pace that everyone should be doing because it makes sense. And looks like we're underway. Looks fantastic. Straight away into the lead. Looks like Connor Scarisbrick. He was on second pole, but he's certainly made a good start. 168, Connor Scarisbrick. Jack Robinson, who was on pole, is currently second. Sorry, I do apologise. Our two lady drivers have certainly made a good start as well. It looks like Daniela Sutton in third place and Sherry-Ann Powell currently fourth. And that little group of four are actually starting to pull away a little bit. It's surprising that they're only on the second lap and they're already pulling out from the fifth and sixth and seventh. Henry Foote seems to be bumping about a little bit. He's in seventh place at the moment with the DRS plate, but out at the front it's still Connor Scarisbrick. I see that Daniela Sutton is in close contention. She's certainly not letting the front two get away, driving very, very well. But first and second still Connor and Jack Robinson in second. You can certainly see a gap opening up between everyone else. Charlie Ratford's currently fifth, but he's lost the tail end of Sherry-Ann Powell, so will he pull them in? I'm sure he'll be trying his best, so you never know. There's certainly not much difference between the times that they're posting. Connor's doing 35.682s and Jack is doing 35.67. So his last lap was actually a little bit quicker than the leader. In fact, he's all over the back bumper, so trying his hardest to get by. Is he going to go for it? No, he hesitates a little bit. But he's certainly going to make Connor work for this if Connor is to win this particular heat. But those top four well clear of the rest of the field. What's fantastic is Daniela Sutton is she's right on the back bumper of Connor, and I don't think she's going to let him get away with it. Sherry-Ann Powell's keeping in contention as well, so that's great. And number 3, Charlie Ratford's not a million miles behind, but he hasn't really. He's lost the train a little bit. It looks like Jack Robinson is starting to pull out a little bit of a lead, and then on that corner, it's almost like Connor comes back at him. Sherry-Ann Powell now is fighting Daniela Sutton. She's lost the train, I don't know why, because one lap, the earlier lap, the lap before this, she was almost on the bumper of Connor Scarisbrick. So I don't know what happened, whether she made a mistake. Sherry-Ann Powell's trying desperately to get past Daniela, and she has, in fact, in the chicane, she's managed it. I think Daniela won't let her get away, so let's keep watching to see exactly what happens. So that was a great move. They were side by side after Billy's blind, and Sherry-Ann definitely made it count. Looking at Jack Robinson's last lap, he's 2/10 quicker, so I can't really see Connor Scattersbrick pulling him back now because he's got away. He's driving very, very smoothly, and I see that Charlie Ratford suddenly has managed to get back on the back of Daniela Sutton. So Sherry-Ann Powell driving well, clearing herself from Daniela. But all of a sudden, Charlie Ratford's he's joined the party. And they were quite a distance in front of Charlie, so he's either found some extra pace, or the girls maybe they've slowed down a little bit, I don't know. But Charlie's certainly all over Daniela Sutton at the moment. No change yet, still the same order there. However, Jack is miles ahead. In fact, looking at it, I think I must have missed one of the overtaking moves there, because Jack is certainly still clocking some really good times. 35.281. Connor is doing 35.398. Shirley-Ann Powell 35.589, and Daniela Sutton 35.57. And Charlie Ratford has, in fact, overtaken Daniela, so he moves up to 4th place. I don't know if Daniela Sutton's tyres have... maybe they've got a little overheated and she's lost a little bit of pace, but certainly our front runners haven't lost any pace today so far. We've got just under 2 minutes left plus 1 lap. And unless anything serious happens, I don't think Jack is going to be intimidated or overtaken. He's pulled out quite a big gap now. He's quite a distance in front. Charlie Ratford is getting nearer to Shirley-Ann Powell, but she's a very good driver, so he won't necessarily catch her up. Daniela Sutton's still hanging on in there, and I think that may be the finishing order. We haven't got a long to go now, just over a minute and a lap. So number 169 is our leader. Followed by 168 Connor, Shirley-Ann Powell, Charlie Ratford and Daniela Sutton. That's our top 5. I know 1 or 2 of our drivers towards the back of the field. They might not be in contention to win, but trust me, they're working just as hard to have a good day and maintain their position and hopefully overtake the person in front of them. Fantastic drive from Jack Robinson, way in front. Connor Scattersbrook 2nd. Shirley-Ann Powell's kept Charlie Ratford in bay. He's trying his utmost to get past her. Is he going to manage it? No, she stays ahead. She keeps her nose in front. She goes through the chicane, still ahead. Charlie's trying desperately to get past Sherry-Ann Powell, but she's keeping her at bay at the moment. We're coming up to the last lap, so we've had 9 minutes, and this is the one lap. Jack continues with his dominance, followed by Connor. Shirley-Ann Powell, where is she? In fact, Charlie Ratford, he's just managed to get past. That will really upset Shirley. Danielle has pulled them in fact, she's making a move. Oh, right. It's bumper to bumper. Daniela Sutton has just dived past the two of them. She's pushed Shirley-Ann Powell into 4th place. Will she come back at her? Charlie Ratford has been pushed into 5th place. Absolutely incredible on the hairpin, that last moment, and she's done it. What a fantastic drive, and I told you, you never know what's going to happen. What a drive. Best move today so far, without a doubt. Daniela, what a drive. 3rd place, she was in 5th. So on the hairpin, whilst Charlie Ratford and Shirley-Ann were arguing, she snuck up the inside and took the place from both of them, pushing Charlie Ratford back 2 places. Absolutely amazing. Well done. Okay, everyone, it's lunch break. We're back at around, I'm just looking, we're back at 13:35. We'll see you then. That's the first of our pre-finals at 13:35. See you later. Right, welcome back to round 3 of the Daniel Ricciardo Series. We're today at Clay Pigeon Kart Centre in Dorchester. The whistle's just gone. We're now looking at the DRS100 pre-final. These are for our 12 to 16-year-olds. They have a 100cc engine, and I'm pretty certain that the tyres, the slicks that they're running, are exactly the same as the 125s. The DRS62s are a smaller tyre, a narrower tyre, but these are full slick tyres, and they're very, very quick. They're fantastic to race on. Sometimes if you're not up to it, when I say not up to it, if you don't look after your neck, you're going to know about it on these tyres, because with the little G-forces going around the bends, you're going to feel it. So Jack Robinson is on pole and Sherry-Ann Powell is on 2nd pole. 3rd is Charlie Ratford. Connor Scarisbrick is 4th. Daniela Sutton 5th. And Freddie Farrell 6th. They're lining up nicely, so with any amount of luck, they look very, very well organised. They're going at a nice steady pace, so at the moment it certainly doesn't look like there's any reason not to start the race. And that helps the organisers, because the longer it takes to start a race, you start to fall behind in time. If you've just joined us on YouTube, a very good afternoon. We're from this sunny kart track. The sun has come out again a little bit. There's more clouds than there were yesterday, but at least that keeps things a little cooler. And the wind has certainly picked up a little bit, which might make a few alterations to the speed of the karts. Are you driving into the wind or against the wind? In fact, that's even both. So little bit of bumping going on. Yellow flags waving. I can't quite see what the situation is. I think a couple of drivers at the back of the field have probably had a little bit of a knock. So what are we looking at? 169. Jack Robinson, the pole sitter, leaps into the lead. It was quite fractious, the first corner. 3 people all trying to get round the corner at exactly the same time. Daniela Sutton's made a fantastic move and already got herself into 2nd place, so that's a great move. Number 3, Charlie Ratford, is currently 3rd. Sherry-Ann Powell 4th. We've still got yellow flags waving because somebody's managed to go off. on the hairpin, so hopefully there'll be some help there to get the cart out of the way. They don't seem to be making any move at the moment, but come on, guys, you need to move the cart out of the way. If anybody else comes off there, they're going to be crashing straight into another cart. So it's important to get it out of the way. Everyone's slowed down a little bit. Under yellow flags, it's obviously a cautionary scenario, and important that the drivers do slow down a little bit. I think we're now trying to move the cars out of the way, and hopefully that will be able to stop the yellow flags. But Jack Robinson still leading, and Danielle Sutton made an absolutely fantastic start to the race by getting herself into second place. And she could be contending for the lead, but will Jack keep her at bay? Number 3, Charlie Ratford, currently 3rd. Sherry Ann Powell is in 4th. We'll take a look at the other places as well. Liam Karabelov is in 4th at the moment, 5th place, sorry. In 6th place, Archie Cole. Doesn't look as if Jack's making quite the pulling away that much, because there's at least 10 carts all in contention at the moment. Can they hang on to their shirt tails? Time will tell. I thought Charlie Ratford then was waving to Sherry Ann Powell to call her through, but certainly hasn't happened. He was pointing, so I thought he was going to let her through, but obviously not. Danielle Sutton is driving really, really well in second place. She's certainly not letting Jack get away at the moment. But 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, all in close contention. So Oscar Cole at the moment. Sorry, I've got the wrong Cole. I do apologise. Archie Cole, currently running in 6th. Reed is in 7th. Farrell in 8th and Malik in 9th. Connor Scarisbrick is in 10th. So that's the order a little bit further down the field. Looking out the front, they are starting to pull away. Jack and Daniela are certainly pulling away from the other two. Charlie Ratford still maintaining 3rd place, with Sherry Ann Powell desperately trying to get past him. Jack's starting to pull a little bit of an edge on Daniela. She's well clear of 3rd and 4th place, but she's just lost the toe a little bit from Jack, so can she get it back? Will the tyres come on a little bit better? Will they give it a little bit more speed? There's not much difference in their times, in actual fact. Jack is doing 35.477s, and Daniela's doing a 35.8, so she is sort of 5/10 off at the moment of Jack's pace, but trying her best, I am sure. We're taking a look at the midfield people there, all having their own little race, trying their best. The great thing is, even if you're not leading the race, you're still in competition with the people around you, either trying to stay ahead or overtake the person in front of you. So you're, no matter where you are on the track, you're all still trying as hard as you possibly can. Just over 2.5 minutes left, plus 1 lap in this pre-final. The DRS100 drivers here at the Clay Pigeon Kart Centre. I'm sure Daniela Sutton will be enjoying this race, but she had a contact thing happen in the previous race and lost a couple of places, and she was a little upset, but she's making up for it by circulating in second place at the moment, so best of luck. I'm sure she can do it. Charlie Ratford once again is starting to pull Daniela in a little bit, and Sherry-Ann Powell is in close contention, so still a bit of time to go in this race, so hopefully we won't have a similar scenario to the previous race where there's a little bit of contact, and contact unfortunately isn't allowed in any shape or form, and you'll get penalised for it. On the screen at the moment then, the second, third and fourth place. Daniela Sutton, Charlie and Sherry-Ann Powell. Two of our top lady drivers in the series. And these girls can definitely race. They know what they're doing and they certainly go for it. It's great to see ladies competing in the series. Charlie Ratford desperately trying to get past Daniela Sutton. Would he make it? No, not quite. A little bit of a bump there. Daniela still manages to stay in front. Only 18 seconds left, so we're getting back. We're getting down to the final important part where Daniela needs to keep her place. Charlie's trying desperately to catch her up and overtake. Through Billy's blind, once again he's peeping, but he can't make it stick. Sherry-Ann Powell is very, very close to Charlie. They're all very close together. Second, third and fourth place. Nothing happening this lap. We should be coming round to the last lap board this time. Nobody's touching Jack Robinson, I'm afraid. He's in a little world of his own. Charlie Ratford he's pinched the place from Daniela. Can she get him back into the hairpin? Doesn't look like it. Sherry-Ann Powell's there trying to pick up the pieces. She's also trying to sneak up the inside of Daniela, but Daniela manages to hold on to the position. She's lost second place to Charlie, but still a very creditable third. Great drive from all of them. So that was the DRS100 pre-final, with the win for Jack Robinson. In second place, number 3, Charlie Ratford. And in third place, Daniela Sutton. In fourth place, Shirley Ann Powell. So next up will be the grand final, and the race length is 12 minutes plus 1 lap, so an extra 3 minutes. And the DRS62s will be out in the next 10 minutes or so. I gather you started without me. Right, so let's take a look. Early doors, who's leading? Number 169 is leading. Which is Jack Robinson. Second place at the moment, Shirley Ann Powell. And Connor Scarisbrick is in third place at the moment. Sorry about the delay. We were going to talk on the dummy grid to Cassidy Southall, and all of a sudden the whistle went, and that was that. So we'll probably get a chance to catch up with him when he finishes this race, and we'll do it over by the presentation area. He's just got a few words he'd like to say to everyone, really. So where are we? Jack Robinson leading. Shirley Ann Powell second. Connor Scarisbrick is in third. And one of our novices, one of our black plates, is currently in fourth place. Jakub Milzarski is in fourth place, which is great. Daniel Sutton is in fifth, and Benjamin Baker sixth. That's the top six at the moment. Once again, the top three seem to be stretching the lead. Shirley Ann Powell's just been overtaken by Connor Scarisbrick. I'm sure she's not going to put up with that. She'll be back at him very, very soon. Once again, Jack Robinson leads the field from pole position. It seems all day that the pole position has been quite dominant. Obviously, if they're on pole, they're the quickest driver anyway, but they seem to be pulling out quite a few lengths from everyone else, so just goes to show the differences. All the karts are the same, the tyres are the same, the engines are all the same. You're only allowed one engine, so it's down to the driver's setup and driving ability, which he clearly likes this track, and as of all our leaders today have. Well, from the earlier races, Daniela Sutton was well hanging on to the lead group, but I don't know whether she didn't have the greatest start, because she certainly lost a bit of ground on Sherry-Ann Powell. And in fact, you know, there's 4 people behind her, all desperately trying to get past, so maybe that's hindering her progress, I don't know. She's certainly shaking her head, so maybe she's just... maybe the engine's gone a little quieter, I don't know. She's well capable of driving, so it's unusual for her not to be contending up at the front. So still unchanged, but those 3, they're not in contention at the moment. They're not anywhere near each other to make a move. So Jack Robinson leads on 7th lap, followed by Connor Scarisbrick, and Shirley-Ann Powell is in 3rd place. Danielle Sutton is 4th, but nowhere near Sherry-Ann Powell, so unless she gets a move on, she's in danger of being overtaken by 135. Which is Jakob. Jakob's still carrying black plates, so, but that doesn't mean to say he doesn't know what he's doing, because clearly he's in 5th place. I'm trying to interpret some of the sign language. Daniela was pointing to the left then, and I don't know what's happened. She's now started to actually pull away from the 2 contenders behind her. So maybe she had an issue and all of a sudden it's come on, but she just gave a little wave to her mother. Mom, you'll have to tell me what that stood for. Yeah, I haven't got a clue either. So we're unchanged at the front end. Middle little group having a little battle. Let's take a look at those numbers. There's 5 of them all together, all very close. I think the front runner there was number 154. No, 114, which is Archie Potter. So there's Archie Potter, young Malik, Oscar Cole is there as well in that little group, fighting midfield. But out at the front, there's a big gap between everyone. Jack Robinson's probably around about 3 kart lengths ahead of Connor, but they're well clear of Sherry-Ann Powell, and Danielle Sutton's now got a nice gap, but she's nowhere near Sherry-Ann Powell. Very strange, because all the day she's been there in contention with the top runners. So we've still got just over 4 minutes left in this grand final for the 100 drivers, the DRS100, live from the Clay Pigeon Kart Circuit here in Dorchester. Makes a change to have a whole weekend where the heavens haven't opened and we've been able to race on slicks for the whole weekend, and the drivers find it a lot more straightforward. Not everyone does well with wet tyres. Some people thrive on it, some people go to pieces, so it's great that it's been a sunny weekend. So first and second aren't too far apart, from the 3 karts length. Shirley-Ann Powell's quite a bit behind. Danielle Sutton, as she's certainly lost pace in this. I'm just looking at the times. She's doing 35.8. In fact, looking at the stopwatch, she's only 2/10 off, so why is she so far behind in 4th place, I don't know. The lap times certainly don't suggest that she's off the pace by that much. Maybe 0.2 of a second, which in 35 seconds isn't a lot. Just under 3 minutes and 1 lap to go in this grand final. No change at the front. Jack Robinson leads from Connor Scarisbrick. Shirley-Ann Powell in 3rd. Daniela Sutton is still 4th. Doesn't look as if she's going to be challenged, but likewise, she's not going to challenge Cherry-Ann Powell. This is probably the 3rd season that Sherry-Ann Powell has done, and she's quite a competitor and a very good driver, just not on the pace of the front 2 runners today, but certainly well capable of driving a kart track and a kart. Certainly doesn't seem to be fighting the kart, driving nice and smoothly, but the front 2 have certainly got that extra little bit of pace. Number 169, Jack Robinson, throwing it over all the curves, bouncing the kart in the air, but he's certainly not knocking any pace off it. And he's pulled out about 5 or 6 kart lengths now on Connor Scarisbrick, so it looks like a done deal with 1 minute 20 seconds to go. Looks highly unlikely that Jack will be even challenged today. He's just pulling out more and more distance and still clocking very good times. On the last lap, he was nearly 0.3 quicker than second placed Connor Scarisbrick. We've got a contact warning for Benjamin Baker, so that will be sorted out a little bit later on. Just looking where Benjamin is at the moment. Currently running in 15th place. Benjamin had been having a very, very good weekend and has done quite well in the heats, but not running quite as quickly in this final. So maybe he's got tired, maybe the kart's gone off a little bit, maybe the tyres are getting a little worn. Only got 10 seconds left, so this lap and one more, and that's the end of the DRS100 drivers grand final. So the last lap board will be coming out shortly. So the last lap board appears. Jack Robinson today in a league of his own, showing everyone a clean pair of heels. No one's been able to challenge him today. Certainly a great drive. Easily 10 or 12 laps, 10 or 12 kart lengths in front now. And as he comes down here on his victory lap, that's a great, great win. Second place, Connor Scarisbrick. Shirley Ann Powell in third. Daniel Sutton went down to fifth because number 130 managed to overtake. Don't forget, of course, if you want to check your results tomorrow or later tonight, you'll find all the results on Alpha Timing Results. And by tomorrow, all the points awarded to our drivers over the course of this weekend, you'll be able to find an update there and find out where you lie in the championship. Welcome back to Clay Pigeon. Just before we do our prize presentation, ladies and gentlemen, number 162, Cassidy Southall here. You may not be aware, one or two people will be aware, that he had a bit of a sad occasion this week and lost his grandfather. He still raced this weekend, which has probably been very tough for him and quite emotional. But Cassidy would just like to say one or two words.
Yeah, this weekend I've been racing in my memory of my grandfather. I'd just like to say the Daniel Ricciardo Series has been making his life a whole bunch better because he's got something to focus on. And I just say just support your local cancer charity, because it'll really go a long way for people with cancer. So I just thought I'd like to commemorate him on all he's done.
Thank you, Cassidy. Certainly not easy to get up in front of a lot of people and make that statement, so our thoughts go with him and his family, and thank you for racing this weekend. So we get to our prize presentation, and first of all, I'm just looking at DRS62, our academy drivers. First of all, in first place, Reuben Jenkins. Oh, in fact, should we do it in reverse? Oh, silly boy. Right. So I'm going to go backwards now. I've always been backwards. Okay. Let's make sure we're doing this right. In third place, Jakob Schultz. Oh, come back. Jakob. Oh, he's got his helmet. Oh, we forgot that. Can't forget your helmet. There you go. That's your little spot there. In second place, Carter in Skip Clarkson.
They get around first. We have it first.
Congratulations. And in first place, Reuben Jenkins. Well done, Reuben. He's nearly as tall as me.
Put your helmet down. There you go. Well done.
So can we congratulate them? Well done, those are our academy drivers, the future of DRS62. And now for the DRS62 Supers, in third place, number 8, Harley Drake.
Even Harley.
Second place, Ashton Redpath.
Relax. You're down next round.
And in first place in the Supers, number 129, Oscar Roach. And that leads us up to the DRS125.
Well done, guys.
We nearly forgot to clap them. Okay, DRS125s for the grand final. In third place, Sam Faulkner. He's managed to escape being interviewed today. Well done, Sam. Second place, 332, Freddie Cox.
The novice. Yeah, the
And in first place, the DRS place of Rowan Campbell Pilling. Well done.
Yeah, they did the DRS for the car rookie.
Okay. We've also got a trophy for the top rookie. 327, Ryan Williams.
Sorry.
There's the national line.
Thank you.
Well done, everybody.
Good.
I've just been reminded. I did only make the mistake once, so I can correct it now. Okay, our top rookie in DRS 100 was Jakub Milarski. Quick picture.
We go then. Good.
And I will get your name right this time. In third place, Sherry Ann Powell. In second place, Connor Scarisbrick. And in first place, pretty much controlled the whole event all day. In first place, Jack Robinson.
Is the next round do? Well done, guys. Pictures. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, so it's 3 weeks. 3 weeks time.
Thank you to everyone for making today and the weekend special. We'll see you at the next round in 3 weeks' time at Hooton Park. We look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, have a safe journey home, everyone, and thank you for a great day.